to my Crochet Basics series, where I go over all of the necessary tools needed in order to learn how to crochet. In my last video, I had gone over creating a slip knot and creating chains, like so. If you are interested in watching that video, please head back to my page and get more information there. Today, I'm going to be taking it a step further, and we will be learning how to create a single crochet. This is a very basic stitch. It should be pretty easy to pick up. The hardest part about this is putting in your first row of single crochet into that foundation chain. To begin, I will be using this yarn here. This is like a softer yarn. It is, I believe, Lion brand. I do keep a lot of my tags. So yes, this is Lion brand. And as I had gone over in the previous video, this is a medium weight yarn, and it does recommend a 4mm hook. For today, I will actually just be using a 5mm hook, so it might be a little bit easier to see it. This is that feels like butter yarn. I really like this. It's very soft. So I'm going to start with a slip knot, and I will begin with my chaining. For this project, I will chain 10 plus 1. I'll explain that plus 1 in a moment. So I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 plus my 1, which makes it 11. Now, when crocheting, there's a few different ways that you can work into your foundation chain. This is how I learned how to work into my foundation chain. You can honestly learn it a couple different ways. I will explain the first one, which is we are essentially looking at these little teardrops. So if you see there's 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another way of doing it is actually working on the other end. If you can see, there are little bumps on each one. So each one of those bumps you can also work into. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. You will never stitch into that first one from your hook. So we aren't going to count what's on our hook as a stitch, and we will not work into that first one. This is why we do an extra one. We will work into the top, so I insert my hook. And if you see, it might be a little bit easier to see. That is how you will insert the hook. On the other side, you will see that 1 bump. Like I said, we can work into that, but I'm going to show you this way first. You'll insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. Now you will have 2 loops on your hook, and you will insert your hook, yarn over, or sorry, not insert your hook, yarn over and pull through those 2. That is your first single crochet. Now, looking from the top, we will work into the next stitch right there. So I will insert my hook like so, and you should see there are 2 little pieces of yarn there. I will insert my hook, yarn over and pull through till I have 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through both of those loops. That was my second single crochet. Again, nice and slow. We're going to be working right into here. We will insert our hook, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through those 2. That is 3. Sometimes it's easy just to go for it and not count. So if you feel like it might be easiest for that, just do it so you can kind of understand the concept and then come back and learn how to count it. So again, we insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. And you will continue this until you get to the very end. And I will be honest, working that into this foundation chain can be kind of a pain. It's a little bit tricky when you are first learning. So right there, I have completed my first round. I'll go over and we'll go over how to count that to make sure it's accurate and how to work in the next row. All right, so as I stated, we have completed our foundation chain and our first round, or first row, I apologize. Now, when you are looking at it from above, you should still see those teardrop type shapes. So if we count it together, we'll start on this end. We have 1 right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 at the very end. Now that we have come to the end on this side, what we will do is we will flip it. We'll make this loop small again. And we will chain. Oops. Now it might be a little bit easier to see where you will be working. So for our next one, we will, again, we chain 1 and we do not work into that. We will work into that second stitch from the hook. You will insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And then going into the next one, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, so here's a side view. If you see, you should kind of see a little bit of a hole there. That's where we will be working. We'll go in that one, right into that one, and into this one. And like I said, if you start to learn how to count, so I have 3, this is 4, 5, I have to pull more yarn, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm going to pull that loop just so we do not lose where we were. And if you see, we now have 2 rows of single crochet. You will continue this process of finishing. You're going to chain 1 and turn. From there, again, we will always skip the first stitch and work into the second stitch. And again, try to count if you can. If you do not care to count and you just want to get the stitch down, also do that. And you will just continue going all the way over until you get to the end and do the same process. Chain 1, turn it over, and start working the other way around. So I will pause this and I'm going to do a few more rows so you can see what it looks like, and then we will continue on from there. All right, so here is my 12 rows of single crochet. Essentially, a row is every time you go across, get to the end, and then your next row would be going back to the other side. So again, this is 12 rows of 10 single crochet. Once you have learned the basics of single crochet, I highly recommend learning double crochet. The nice thing about double crochet is it is a taller stitch. I'll explain that later on, but if you have watched my first video, we have learned how to take our chain, our foundation chain, and turn it into an actual project. For beginners, I highly recommend starting with, say, a washcloth. That's super easy. Just make it to one specific length and then continue to go up until it is almost a square. You can do whatever size. Otherwise, another great project is to start with a scarf. A lot of people, I think, start making scarves when they begin, and it's perfectly fine if it's wonky. The one thing about crochet is you really just want it to be something fun and an enjoyable hobby. If you get frustrated, you're going to just learn to put it down and then come back to it later. I highly recommend do not give up. Although it can get frustrating, this is a super fun project and hobby to have. In my next video, like I said, I will be going on to neck stitches. The next one I will do is double crochet. We will do the same thing. I will go over and show you that stitch. And then eventually I will progress until we are working on granny squares. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and share. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I will definitely try to help or possibly even upload another video. Don't forget to stay crafty and stay adventurous. I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.